Hey YouTube, uh, I just got finished with my first day of college and my first college experience. The image is a little off, but anyway. Yeah, so I have footage of me leaving Hunter College that I took on my phone. Which I guess you can look at now. It's only 7 seconds, so yeah.
Alright, well, it's after class, which is pretty good, and I'll say more when I get home. But, so far things are freaking awesome. And I just thought that I'd give you guys a little view of the city as I walk 10 blocks. 10 city blocks. To get home. So yeah.
Okay. So there's that. And when I got home, I decided to show you guys my setup. So that is a few seconds, and yeah. So you guys can take a look at that now, and here we are.
Alright, well. That's my camera. Okay. So, as it turns out, I am home now to my lovely, lovely room. And this is now my college setup. I've got my computer there that I use for school. That's the one I recorded that 7-second clip on earlier from class. I really hope that the battery life doesn't fail me tomorrow, because today I only had one class, which I'll be talking about later. The camera on my phone is a lot better than the camera on my computer, but I can do more things with the camera on my computer. This is my gaming laptop. I use this for, well, everything else that's not school. It's an Alienware M11X. And yeah, that's pretty much my setup. I sit in that little butt crevice that you see there. And yeah, I do my homework whilst watching some YouTube videos or something. And I've got my fan, although my AC is on. And it is 6:39 as I'm recording this. When I get to recording the other part, it's probably going to be around 7:50. This video will be up later today. But I just wanted to, and those are my stories. Just wanted to show you what what college does to you. You're going to have to be doing work a lot, something that I wasn't used to in high school. I do work, do nothing in school to come home and do nothing, because it was not at all hard in any sense of the word. It didn't challenge me. It wasn't fun. But this, as I'm going to tell you later, is amazing. But now I need to get some stuff done. And once I'm finished actually getting those things done, that's when I'm going to shoot the footage for the rest of the video and just talk to you about what you can probably expect for your first day. So, I guess that's that, and I'll see you in a sec.
So, I got back from my first day of college. I mean, I didn't know that I was going to be as tired as I was. I was pretty tired, but yeah, it was great. Like, I only had one class today, but the thing is, it's not just the class. It's getting there. It's seeing how many people are actually around you, getting into the process, finding out what room it is that you have to be in, setting things up, finding out where you're going to put your notes, what you have to do, getting the syllabus to the class. Yada 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 yada. So I get there, and things went pretty smoothly. They started off, I knew where I had to go pretty much because I've been around college a few times. So I asked because they had staff there to help out the new incoming freshmen, because this week it's just pretty much all incoming freshmen, or should I say freshmen, because we're not incoming anymore, we're here. So there's that. And as soon as I got to class, I'm sorry for being all fidgety, but my class was Intro to Psychology today, and that was good. I mean, it's psychology, it's supposed to be hard, but I took a lot of English classes, a lot of philosophy and sociology in high school, and I found it very interesting. It was great, just to be there, have the professor just talk about stuff that it truly interested me, whatever. And there were, those people that complain about college being hard, I could definitely see those types of people around me, and like in the class was about 1,000 people. There were 990 there today, and probably only going to be about 700 to 600 in the next class. So, yeah. Probably only going to be 700 to 800 in the next class. So, there are a bunch of things that you have to keep up with. You have to keep up with your email, obviously, because staff and your professors are going to email you a bunch of stuff that you need. Not necessarily that's actually a lie. You'll be emailed information about the college specifically, but you won't be emailed by your professors. My sister's college and my college apparently uses the same thing. It's called Blackboard, and it's online, and it holds just all the information that your professors want to tell you. It has a syllabus online for the class, which is basically just a preset schedule for the class. Like everything, these professors have been doing this their whole lives, and they have a very set way that they do things. So, the syllabus is the same pretty much all the time. The only thing that changes is the room number, I guess, and how the schedule plays out, but the course itself is the same. And it was an interesting experience. The people there, the ones that I had mentioned earlier, who were the ones that would complain about college being hard, they were the ones who were a little less prepared. I mean, I wasn't fully prepared. I'm not going to go ahead and say I'm the guy that brought everything to class the first day that I needed to, because I didn't. All I had was my laptop and some paper. And I'm pretty sure everyone there at least had one sheet of paper. And the only thing that I believe set me apart from anybody else is that I was actually taking notes. I mean, it's the first day of class, but the guy said there are going to be 3 surprise quizzes. I mean, I've known people who have said that the professor gave a quiz the second day on what he said the first day. So just to be sure, getting my nerd on, gotta take those notes. I have like 3 pages of notes. Saved them to my laptop by the end of the day, and there were just people there like sitting all dumbfounded. Like one guy even had his headphones in, and he wasn't paying attention at all. So those are the types of people that are either going to drop the class, fail the class, or complain about the class and get a bad grade. So I hope that I don't get a bad grade in that class. Tomorrow I have 3 more classes to find out what my next 3 classes are going to be like, because I only have 1 class on Mondays, and then 3 classes tomorrow. So that's not going to be fun. I hope it's going to be fun, but it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot to keep track of, especially back-to-back classes. So one of the things you're going to want to like prepare yourself for college is you need to prepare to remember a whole bunch of stuff. You need to prepare yourself to multitask, because if you've never had to do more than one thing at a time, I don't know where you live, but in New York, that's a sport here. But if you're from, states or even countries that do it differently, then, you're definitely going to want to multitask in college. It's something that you want to do. So for me, if you're wondering why I keep looking, I actually have myself a whiteboard as well as, added on to the 2 laptops that I have. I have this whiteboard, and what I put up here is basically I have all my classes listed up there. So if there's anything that they told me that I need to remember for the future, because I know I'm not going to mention it again, then I write it up there just so that I have it. Not that I have to do it right away, but just so that I have it and that I know that I need to do it. And so that at one point I will do it. I'll cross it off or erase it completely. Maybe I'll just leave a check mark just so that I know what it is that I did for the end of the class. So say, what did you do? And say, I don't know. So yeah, that's a lot of the work parts of it. You're also going to have to you have to be prepared to spend a lot of money that you did not plan to spend. Most people just think, sorry, I'm playing with my ass. Most people, when they think of college, they think of tuition, they think of room and board, and that's mostly it. But you do have books, and I know 90% of you probably know that textbooks cost money in college. For those of you who do not, you will need to spend quite a bit. They're like $80 per textbook for used textbooks, probably $150. I've even seen them go up to like $200 for the new textbooks. So just be prepared to have the extra money that you need for your class materials, because they will not supply materials for you. At least that's the way they do it in my college. I don't know how they do it in community colleges. Obviously, the community colleges have to deal with different budget types, and so they might have a little bit more resources available. Maybe private schools have some extra stuff, even though private schools are for mostly rich people, and they expect you to buy more. Not that I'm the richest person ever, because I'm not. So, yeah, that's just, you have to keep the money situation. If you don't think that you can do it, most likely you can, because there's a whole bunch of different colleges and a whole bunch of different ways that you can do things. But if you're trying to do things, if you don't have any special situations, and you're trying to go to college, just be sure that you don't blow your money on anything that will prevent you from getting what it is that you actually need. Nobody's going to jump out of you and tell you anything. There are no announcements like there are in high school, because if there's a job opening in high school for something, they have an announcement. In college, if it's really important, they'll email it to you, and nobody will talk to you about it. But if it's like a first-come, first-served basis, nobody's going to tell you about it. It would literally be like just a total secret, and if you so happen to find out about it, whether it's a flyer on one of the walls in the college, or if somebody tells you, or you talk to one of the staff members that let you know about it, then you're responsible for going and getting that information and doing what it is that you need to do. Same with financial aid. Nobody's going to run up to you and tell you, hey, you have to do your financial aid, or hey, you need to keep up with this, make sure you have your payments done. I mean, that's just the way it works. They're treating you like an adult because it's what you're preparing to get to. You're out of high school and you want to have fun. I understand, and the fun will come. because there's clubs and there's just a bunch of things that you can do in college. It's fun. We all know. But you just have to give it time. Don't be so quick to be lazy, because the moment that you step through those doors, officially, the work begins. And you have to keep yourself calm. You cannot stress. If you stress, you will destroy just your whole experience. Not that the experience will be worse, not that the class settings will change, but it'll just make things worse for yourself, because now you're stressed so much, you're not remembering anything. You're running around trying to do 10 things at once instead of taking them one at a time. Just calm down and be as stress-free as possible, because it really helps. I understand that different people have different situations and different levels of stress and different things that they have to go through. But, at the end of the day, just whenever it is that you're done, you're ready to go to sleep, just take a deep breath and remember you're doing it for a reason, and it ends. And not that stress really ever ends if you are a person that stresses a lot. But just aim not to stress too much, because at the end of the day, just breathe in, breathe out. Try not to take it in any way. Anything that you shouldn't carry over to the next day with you, don't carry over to the next day with you. If something you have to remember, then take things one step at a time. Get everything done, and things will be good. Because you don't want to try to juggle 3 things at a time, and while you're trying to catch these 2, one of them drops, and now what? What are you left with? You're left with one of your items on the floor. Yeah, sure, you caught those 2, but you dropped one on the floor. So what are you going to do with that one on the floor? Well, now you got to pick it up, but you're given new items to juggle, and as you're juggling those, you have to pick up the one on the bottom, try to juggle it. And I don't know if you've ever tried to juggle, but the more items that you have, the harder it is to juggle. So it's just a metaphor to say, if you fail a class ever, like freshman year, or just the first semester, then you're going to have to pick it up the next semester, along with the classes you would have had next semester, if you want to graduate on time. Because in high school, they work it in for you, like you just have an extra period or something. In college, you have to work it in for yourself. And something that I did not know was that I scheduled my classes, and I thought that was it. Like, oh, my schedule, I'll add some clubs in there with the free time. No. Some classes have requirements of lab time, which you have to show up for when you're not in class, that you have to make time for, and that fills up the rest of the schedule, basically. So whatever free time it is that you think you have, you better make sure that it's free time, because if not, you're going to end up scheduling that for one thing and then getting a whole different schedule, and you're like, wait, well, I can't do these 2 things at the same time. Now you have to go switching things, and you're missing classes and falling behind. That kind of happened to me with a math lab, because I have to schedule time for a math lab, which I tried to schedule for Wednesdays sometime, but now I was just told I scheduled originally my math lab for Mondays. Mondays over here. I scheduled it for Monday. And then I realized I had class on that same time period of Monday, so I had to switch it now to Wednesday, which I just did. Because the person was nice enough to let me switch. I emailed them. They gave me the free times. I assume once I check my email, they'll tell me that one of those times is open, whatever. But now I was just told that I have a philosophy lab time on Wednesday, so now I need to push that to Thursday sometime, maybe in the morning. And that's going to be an annoying email to have to resend and get everything settled with that math person. So, yeah, you have to make sure that whatever it is that you need some time to work out your schedule is not always guaranteed. Sometimes there are classes you sign up for that have prerequisites that you haven't met, and then you need to drop that class and add another class that you hope will have empty seats, and then if they only have empty seats in a few classes and you can't pick the times of that class, and then you just have to rearrange your entire schedule. So when you're registering for classes, register early and try to give yourself enough free time for bombs. Always give yourself time for mess. Always give yourself time for mess, because if you're traveling in the morning, in the city, we have public transportation. I don't know where you live. You probably live in a state where you drive everywhere. That's fine. But always leave in time for disaster or explosions, as I was told. If you have to get there, for me, I have to get there at 9 o'clock tomorrow, by 9 o'clock tomorrow for class. And it takes me about an hour to get there. Now, normally for high school, you'd leave at 8, get there at 9, pretty much every day. But if something happens and if you get 10 minutes late, it's not a problem. College, it's different. Some professors don't let you in. Some professors try to fit so much information in so little time that they have, which is really little because it goes by so quickly. The lectures that are like 3 hours long, they go by fast. And you missed like a bunch of stuff. So, you want to get yourself prepared for that. And, I'm leaving at 7:30 tomorrow to get there possibly by 7, by like 8:15. I'll probably get there, but I'd rather get there early than get there late, because early I can sit down, have coffee, something like that. But if I get there late, then I have to rush in and find a seat and distract everyone that's already gotten in the process of trying to concentrate and everything, and I just end up being a disaster for everyone, including myself. So try not to get there late. Always pack in extra time, because get there early is great, for everything you do. Work, school, whatever. Birthday parties, I don't care. Well, that's different. But yes, other than that, my day was great. Didn't really make any friends today because I only had one class, and mostly, you can do whatever you want. In college classes, there's no uniform, there's no policies, not as many as there are in high school. But this particular professor didn't like us to talk, and so nobody was really talking, and I didn't make any friends. Hopefully tomorrow I can, because I have a philosophy class, and philosophy is normally a lot of discussion, and so maybe as we're discussing, I can make some new friends. And just see how that goes. Other than that, that's pretty much it. My day was great like that. The professor rather, was nice and fun, nice and lively. Everyone around there was helpful. I got some financial aid stuff done. I ended up staying there from 3 something until about 5, and which isn't too long when you think about it. Actually, I was there early. I was there like from about 2 o'clock. Yeah, from 2 to 5. So, you gotta get things done. You gotta make sure. So, yeah, this video is long enough, and hopefully I'm going to work it out. I'm trying different things for my videos. I'm trying out different settings, different whatever, anything that can get my videos the best quality. I'm playing around, because my videos aren't always going to be in the same format. They might not look the same. Sometimes you'll have those annoying black bars on the side. Sometimes you'll have them on the top and the bottom. Sometimes I don't know, maybe I'll be full screen one day. But other than that, this has been my tips for today and how my first day went. Tomorrow we'll get to see how my second day goes and how my 3 classes back to back ended up. Maybe I'll show you some of my notes and what it is that you should prepare yourself to be able to do. Because if you don't have a laptop, then bring a notebook. If you're fine with notebooks, if not, bring a binder. Bring something, but you have to write fast. If you have a laptop and you bring it, you have to type fast. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's really late. I gotta edit this and chop it up and get everything nice and done so that I can sleep. For tomorrow, I mean, college it's going to engulf your whole life. Everything that you used to do, I'm used to waking up, playing computer games, and going to sleep. That's what I've been doing all summer, basically. But now I don't have time for that. So it's really, really going to cut into the things you used to like to do. But it's not like in a bad way, I guess. It's refreshing. It's very refreshing. So whatever it is you're going through now, just keep on going. There's light at the end of every tunnel. And high school doesn't last forever. Enjoy it. College doesn't last forever. Enjoy it. I'm definitely going to try to enjoy my college experience. And hopefully you enjoy watching me enjoy and telling you how you can enjoy. So yeah, enjoy.